Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ramadan. I'm bringing you guys a video over Call of Duty Black Ops 2 today, and I'm going to be using the gold AN-94, which I think is a good weapon. Overall, the gameplay is not going to be superior. I mean, it's not going to be anything crazy. I'm not going to be pulling out no 50 plus or anything like that, but overall, I think it sufficed, and I think it was a good enough gameplay to the point where you guys can appreciate it, but at the same expense, at least have something to watch. You know, you guys don't want to watch a black screen, I understand that, and, you know, believe it or not, I would not like to watch one as well. So, anyway, guys, let's get on with the commentary, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the rest of it, but, you know, let's get the formal stuff out of the way, though. At any time during the video, if you guys enjoy something I say, or if you just want to show your support, you can mash that positive reaction button, and as well, YouTube also has features that you can hopefully do in a positive manner as well. You can also engage in the comments and give any questions or concerns, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. So, with that in mind, guys, there's quite a bit I need to talk about, and overall, I hope you guys will enjoy the rest of the video, as I've already stated, but at the same expense, maybe you guys will give me some feedback along the way, and I look forward to it. So, as many of you guys know, if you guys are a advocate of my videos, or at least you enjoy, you know, particular ones or anything of that assortment, you know, I upload every single day, or at least I pride myself, or at least I attempt, I guess, to say the least, but, you know, I enjoy uploading every day, and I think it's a lot of fun. I think it allows myself to, you know, kind of break down the community a little bit more, and at least allow myself to be one with everybody. You know, it's not like I'm making one video a week, and I think that overall there's a lot of room for improvement. You know, I have spent, I guess in a sense, you know, a fair amount of money trying to, you know, improve my videos and at least make them to a standpoint that I appreciated at the time. But, you know, as everything exceeds and everything in technology seems to move forward, you know, some of the things that sufficed or some of the things that were in their prime no longer are, you know, of the highest regard. You know, they're not as high quality, maybe it's time to move on, and that's what I'm planning on doing. If you guys watched yesterday's video, I talked a little bit about it, and unfortunately some of the items that I had picked out that I was planning on purchasing kind of fell through. I really wasn't looking forward to them, and I kind of just dropped them and scrapped them and more or less comprised a new list. You know, I'm a very organized person to a certain degree. When it comes to money, I tend to focus a lot on the calculations. I spend a lot of time calculating. I do a lot of research, and I go through multiple sites to find the best price. To a certain degree, you know, I guess you could say I'm an advocate of saving money. Obviously, you know, why would I spend $10 more when I could save $10 more? It doesn't really make a lot of sense to a certain degree to spend more money when you can buy it at a cheaper price and more or less just get the product maybe later on through the mail, or maybe you'll find it in stores. And, you know, Amazon's a great site. I think it's a phenomenal site, to be honest with you guys, and they have great deals that happen every single day. But at the same expense, you know, there are some things that local stores do a little bit better, or vice versa. And, you know, I actually had a TV planned out. I was going to spend, what is it, like $400 or $500 on a TV, but when it came down to it, it wasn't going to work out. It wasn't going to be something I was interested in, and I think what I have right now will suffice. I think it'll be fine, and I think you guys will really enjoy it, because I don't think the quality is really going to mean that much to a lot of people. Now, with that said, there still is room for improvement. I don't want you guys to get that confused. I am actually going to be buying the Elgato. It's actually purchased right now, and I've told you guys this many times, so I always feel bad when I'm like, oh yeah, you guys, I totally have the Elgato purchased. But for real, like, this one is actually on the way, and it'll, you know, come. I have no interest. I have no regard or anything of the assortment to discontinue it. I have no reason to stop the shipment. And that's the problem with me. Like, in the past, you know, I've ordered the Audio-Technica twice now, and, you know, I dropped it both times because problems arise. And mainly the problems were PC related. I kind of found that my PC was slowing down for some reason that I just could not figure out, and I was like, oh, maybe it has a virus. So I stopped those purchases and then went to the computer store and wasted $150 for them to more or less do absolutely nothing. And, you know, that's the problem with PC places. You know, I wish they would give a little bit more information before they charge you a ridiculous amount of money and labor that, let's be honest, they're not really working. You plug it, or you plug the computer up to another computer and it does your job for you. So, you know, to be honest, I would have thought that maybe $50 is probably good for as much work they did. They really didn't suffice, and they really didn't do the job that I had issued. But, you know, I'm not here to bitch about computer stores. You know, I guess they have to pay their employees some way, so I guess it's better to fuck the customer and pay your employees, so maybe they'll stay longer. I don't know. The logic really doesn't lie too well, but you guys get the main gist of it. But how does this relate to you guys? And many of you guys might ask yourself that. Maybe some of you will have absolutely no interest in asking, but, you know, in either circumstance, in one way or another, it does really mean a lot. For myself, it allows me to make better videos, and that's what I strive myself on. I, love uploading every day. I think it's a lot of fun, but there are definitely problems with that. As many of you guys know, I use the HD PVR, which is a phenomenal device. It's lasted way longer than it should have, to be honest. And I always think it's funny when I hear of other YouTubers saying, oh, yep, my PVR burned out, but yet mine has been on for like 700 days now, and it's never burned out. I've never had an issue with it, at least for the actual device. Now, unfortunately, the software that the HD PVR comes with, which is ArcSoft, unfortunately, I don't know the rest of it, but it's the capture device stuff, the stuff that, you capture the actual gameplay on if you're a, PS3 user, an Xbox, maybe you're trying to record TV shows, I don't know, whatever you're into. But the main gist of it is, guys, that software is, it's not very high quality, it's not very good, it has a lot of bugs, and I don't think they've ever fixed it. Now, I've heard of users saying before that they don't know what I'm talking about, they've never had this issue, but, it's not my PC. I have, made it a priority on my PC. I've worked very hard to try to fix the problem. I've went to the BIOS, I've went to updates, I've tried to update the software. I mean, I've done everything that you can possibly do to fix this. And it's not just me. There are thousands of videos on YouTube for people trying to fix this, or asking for help, or trying to get some kind of information that will hopefully make it a lot more of a better product. I've also called Hogpodge before and tried to get this resolved, and they've blatantly told me that, there's no fix to it, and it's unfortunate. Now, granted, I do not have any experience with the HD PVR 2. There is a second one that glows green. It's the gaming edition, and maybe that one's a lot better. Maybe that one has no problems, and maybe it's more updated and more optimized. But the current one, the original one, the one that I guess you could say many users have if you've been doing YouTube for a prolonged period, it's not very optimized. It has a lot of problems in that regard. Now, ArcSoft, that's just the software. The product itself, the hardware, perfectly understandable. It does everything I need it to do. Unfortunately, it only runs at 13.5 megabytes per second, which, if you're a quality guy and you really strive to make the best videos on YouTube, that's not very good compared to the competition. If you look at the Elgato, if I'm correct, don't hold me exactly to this, but I think it's 30 megabytes per second, or somewhere within there, give or take a little bit. But more or less, it is far superior in the megabyte category, and more or less what that means is it's capturing the video or the footage at a higher consistency. So more or less, it's making it a lot more crisp, it's making it a lot more visible, and 720p, if you run 1280 by 720, looks a lot better. Now, granted, when you use the PVR in my circumstance, I use extremely high settings, and I wish I could explain this, and I wish I could really, stress this enough, but my file sizes are anywhere between 1.7 to 3.5 gigabytes a pop. Granted, I have, sufficient internet. I have 100 megabytes per second, so I have no problem uploading or downloading anything I need. It's not really the problem. The problem is more or less, I would like to make the video size more appropriate. If I'm going to be spending that much time uploading, if I'm going to be spending hours upon hours rendering a video, I would like the quality to look like what other people have. And sometimes it's a little depressing when you look at, Wings of Redemption, or anyone that uses an Elgato or a Blackmagic Intensity Pro such as Woody, and you look at their quality and you compare it to yourself and you're like, man, that is just really unfortunate. Like, why can't my quality look like that? And then you look at the device they're using and you're like, oh, well, it makes a lot of sense, maybe I need to upgrade. So, I guess my long tangent turned into more of a rant and more of a psychological explanation to why I'm upgrading. But, to be honest with you guys, I'm upgrading because I want to have that quality. I think it's a lot better, and when I rewatch my videos to see if everything's aligned correctly, I would like to be like, yep, that's a great video. I think you guys will like that a lot. I think it's very crisp, I think the color correction is perfect, and that's where I'm heading. The Audio-Technica allows me to make the playthroughs. It allows me to interact with you guys a little bit more. It allows me to do so many things that I can't do right now, and I look forward to it. As for the TV, I'm going to continue to use mine. I'm going to use 720p as my resolution rate, which is 1280 by 720p, which is progressive scanned. Long story short, it works with YouTube, and it makes videos a lot more crisp. And that's really about it. I mean, I've upgraded a little bit of the internals of my PC, nothing too crazy, nothing that is really going to mean a whole lot to you guys. It just makes video making a lot more optimized, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable. It at least allows me to make the videos quicker, and I can pump them out a little bit faster. But guys, I guess that's the real thing. I just wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to at least elaborate on a couple of things and allow you guys to understand that my list yesterday kind of changed a little bit. The TV is kind of scrapped, and I picked up a couple of things along the way. And for PS3 users, I will have an annotation hopefully pop up on screen, or I'll have it in the description. I actually have my username. I redeemed that. If you guys want to add me on there, you're more than welcome to. I will try to play with you guys, but you know, I will always be an Xbox guy at heart, but PS3 is where I started, so I do have a lot of love for the PS3 guys. PC coming soon, and I'll see you guys on the next installment. This is going to be NMO, signing off, guys. Peace.
Changing.